Well, so we're pulling a clutch today. It's actually Tim's. I had my pick titanium from the first clutch, and he had his pick titanium. I think my titanium's cooler than his because it laid more eggs.
Yeah, it did.
And they're almost gonna hatch.
Yeah, a couple days.
I think we're gonna hatch as many as his laid. Yeah, I picked this best one. Nah, they're both beautiful. But you know what? It's easy to talk cheap because his might hatch out something really cooler than mine. So I better shut up because pride comes before the fall. Anyway, so we're gonna pull a clutch right here, and Tim's really just babysitting us because it's his baby. If he can help me lift up the box, we'd have him help us out, but we don't want him to hurt himself. Come on, say something.
Hola amigos, Jimmy J sacaron otra vez.
Oh, it's so pretty today.
A ver qué sale.
Man,
She might have a couple eggs still in her, but she didn't. I think she stopped laying. I'm real confident that she hasn't laid an egg for a long time, and she's been laying since this morning. So we're gonna. Some of them aren't stuck together, which is usually not the best sign, but they're not bumpy. Sometimes they're all coarse and bumpy. That means she held them way too long. The ones that she laid this morning seem to be stuck fine, but I noticed that the top ones aren't. These last ones. So I'm going to go ahead and grab them. She has a few slugs. It's probably a bigger clutch than we think. But she was actually bigger than mine, wasn't she?
No.
No?
No, that was big.
That one was stuck together the way it's supposed to be. But there's a slug. Oh. She feels pretty deflated, but
Yeah, not real big.
see, just a few more slugs than we like to see in a clutch. Her first year.
See what Sweeney had.
man, look at Tim handle that thing.
She's a good girl.
So we're going to pull these out. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7.
7. 7 for sure slugs. So we're going to go ahead and lay these out. Whoa.
Man, that's one pretty snake, Tim. That thing's ridiculous.
Hey, I still think mine's prettier.
And how many females can you pull off a clutch and
Man, that thing's ridiculous. It's glowing the camera.
You see that little hesitation? That's because we can make any snake look tame. But honestly, she's a teddy bear. But
She is
you
a
know,
teddy bear.
stealing eggs from a mom. I don't care how nice she is. You're asking for it.
What's her name, Tim?
I don't have a name for her. She's just beautiful.
Yeah, that thing is really crazy
That's her name.
looking.
Beautiful.
What did you cross her with?
Oh man, these things. It's funny. Some of them weren't stuck, but the ones that were laid this morning are stuck tight to the bottom.
I bred her to a platinum het titanium.
So we're gonna have some tiger titaniums.
Platinum tiger.
Tiger titanium platinums and some platinum titaniums, hopefully. And then we'll end up with titaniums, and then we'll end up with tiger titaniums.
We need to get some names for those. Think of some names for all these newer morphs.
Yep, we're gonna name it our morphs here.
Who's that talking in the corner?
I don't know.
That's that legend Garrett.
That's a bad voice from the past. Oh, no.
Man, isn't that the guy that lived with Komodo dragons?
He's the one that jumps out of the way of the crocodiles that he shouldn't be playing with.
He looked like he knew what he was doing. He's probably professional.
I think he just had assistance myself. That's not a bad clutch. We'd take that from every female the first year. Now you see this egg is probably 85% chance it won't hatch. But you know what? We'll go with that 15% chance. We'll set it there in some nice dry stuff. And same thing here. Probably, see it's got a good side and a bad side, so sometimes what happens, this side will just swell up and develop, and this side will just kind of dry and shrink, and you'll end up with a partially infertile looking egg and a fertile egg all in one. This one has a better chance than the other one in my opinion, but
I agree, definitely.
we'll see what
That'll
happens.
be a piebald retic, two-faced.
So how many we got here?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Oh man,
4,
look at that, he
5,
speaks English
6,
now.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 huevos de reticulados.
So we got 24, 2 or so. And what are they gonna make?
Titanium.
Oh, come on! What happened to my Espanol?
Titanio, platino y qué más, tigre.
And who's gonna end up in Mexico maybe getting one?
Ojalá y Miguel Jiménez.
Ah, come on, Miguel! Step up to the plate for Crazy Snake. This guy here will hook you up with
Con
Get
todo
you the pick of the
lo.
litter.
what's his name?
Con Miguel Jiménez. Para pedir las serpientes.
He'll figure it out.
You got anything to say to anybody that's out there? Any of your friends?
Herrera.
Hey, he's gonna learn how to speak Spanish by the end of the day. Just give us some time. Anyway, so that's a beautiful clutch. Looks nice. Big, fat, tame female. She's still got a pretty good body weight. We'll have to palpate her, putting her back in, and see how the eggs look. Well, hopefully we'll end up with 15 or 20 nice little eggs. And what's the percentage, Tim, of what we're gonna have roughly? We'll make them think.
That's like 12%.
Come on, what's the exact number or what?
1 out of 12.
1 out of 12 for which kind?
To get a platinum
Tiger.
tiger head titanium.
And what about a tiger titanium? 12. What are we gonna end up with?
25%.
So how?
Yeah, but
we're putting them on the spot.
12.5% of those will be platinums.
Right.
So you're right, 25% tigers, but half of those will be platinums.
So it's actually, oh,
So you
come on, girl.
So you get 12.5% platinum tiger titaniums.
Now what we do,
12.5% platinum
see, she
titaniums.
looks like she could have some eggs left in her, and it won't matter at this point. So we'll try to get her to go in her cage and palpate her for you guys out there that look like your feet. She looks a little fat, but sometimes they just start off heavy. Here we go.
You got a few more.
I don't feel a one.
Down there.
Okay, let her back in. None to that point. Oh, come on, girl. I put my head against it so I can feel. There's a possibility of 1 egg in her. It's right here.
Okay, well, she'll get it out.
So what we do is we'll just try to get her back on food, and hopefully it'll come out.
It'll come out.
So usually we're pretty good. If there's just 1 egg left, it's usually not an issue. But the good news is I was scared she was a little bit fatter than I'm used to after they lay. And when I palpated her down, I could only feel 1 lump. And honestly, sometimes that can even be food, because what happens is they quit eating, and sometimes they just don't get it all out before the eggs get too big, and sometimes it just stays up in the upper bowel, and then you'll end up with a poop right after, which is kind of bizarre. But okay, guys.
Take care.
Saludos a todos de Foro Reptiles.
Man, when are you ever gonna learn how to speak
Hey,
Spanish?
what did you say? What was that last thing you say?
Saludos a todos de Foro Reptiles.
You better not be talking nasty on my videos. It sounds kind of weird. What do you think, guys? Take care.